If you ever given a talk, or in this case a sales presentation, and got to the end and said, any questions? And there weren't any questions, then this episode is for you. This is the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. I call it the any question problem. So I used to finish a sales presentation or a talk and say, any questions? And there wouldn't be any. And to be fair, to be big-headed for a second, maybe it's a good sign. You covered all the points, nobody had anything to ask, isn't that wonderful? But it looks rubbish and feels rubbish, and it feels like a flat end to what's going on, particularly if it's a sales presentation. So what you always need to have up your sleeve are a couple of questions that you can propose to your audience so they can ask them. Say, any questions? No? Well, here are 3 that we get asked quite often. Let me just run through them with you in case you're thinking about them. Boom, boom, boom. By taking back control of the situation and answering some additional questions, you might A, answer some questions that people don't want to ask because they feel too awkward to do so, or B, just show that you're confident, you're certain, you have expertise in what you're doing, because suggesting questions versus any questions, no, oh, well, I guess that's it then. It's kind of a damp squib of an ending, is not a great impression to leave people with. And as humans, we have what's called primacy and recency bias. So remember the first and the last thing that we see. So if the last thing I see is you saying, any questions? And then there aren't really any, and it all ends a bit flat, it's not a good way to remember it, is it? So that's the any question problem. Suggesting questions to people, running through common ones rather than just asking if they've got any questions. They don't have any, and then it gets all awkward and weird. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, in episode 802, as I get ever closer to 1,000, 802, we're talking about something which I call a concentration hook. Concentration hook is a name I coined for that. We're talking about a concentration hook, so we'll cover that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.